Hello boys and girls, it's 15th of the month. We are about halfway through the one knife per month challenge. So I know you like to look at the knives, but today it's mostly gonna be talk. So here's what we're gonna talk about. I wanna make sure that you have something to look at besides, so I put these nice knives in the picture. However, I'm gonna be talking about what's important. By the way, this is my knife per month, the thing that I got to hold and to keep throughout the month, Presidio. But you know, these were some of the contenders as I was thinking about this. So one thing I've learned in my years is that men are happiest when overcoming adversity. So men are happy when we are experiencing resistance. We need obstacles, men need challenges. We're natural rebels, natural warriors, problem solvers, tinkerers. Another thing we need, besides the challenge, we need community. So this kind of breaks down into things for us. Challenge and community. So, you know, we need each other to be happy. That's the community part. And basically, you know, being focused on social support and good relationship, that's a strong predictor of happiness for all people, not just for men, you know. But we do need the challenge to, you know, to stay in shape, to kind of, you know, to be us. This is a small channel. There's not a lot of subscriber yet. So the community is kind of undersized, but the sense of community can be found here as well. In fact, when I posted about doing a one knife per month challenge, there was a single comment, and that comment made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. A fellow knife connoisseur posted that they are on board with the challenge and they will be rocking a PM2 Spyderco till the end of the month. A single comment like that is capable of bringing about a sense of community, a sense of belonging, a connection with another human being in an otherwise divided world. It's good to feel supported and adjusted in your environment, to be socially connected through the medium of sharp and pointy things, you know. Knife hobby is simple and true. It takes us to the fundamental turn in our evolution when we realized at some point that the only thing better than a stick in our prehistoric hands was a sharpened stick, right? Here's my Spyderco, a sharpened stick. It's safe to say that today's knives are a little more than sharpened sticks. Knife craft has progressed a tremendous amount. Knives incorporate all the achievements of human civilization up to this point. So a sense of beauty, aesthetic pleasure, technological advancements. Advancements in metallurgy, the science of the strengths of materials, production of polymers, which is closely tied to the oil industry, right? So everything we know up to this point, the division of labor, while still hearkening back to the primordial sense of adventure. That's how I feel about this. This is where we are. So the thing you have, this is where we are as a species, as a humanity. And it's a good reason to feel gratitude. You know, knives can be a plethora of good and meaningful things. But as any good thing, knives can be a source of misery, anxiety, related to the idea of unchecked and rampant freedom of choice. We're left to our desires without checks and balances. And that freedom to indulge in any desire makes us the slaves of the desire itself, substituting meaning and substance with a constant need for satisfaction and gratification, while condemning us to never being fully satisfied and never fully feeling gratitude. But remember that things only control us when we remain ignorant of them. Once we are aware, we can remember and teach ourselves that this is the reality, and there are ways of how this reality affects us and the ways of what we can do to minimize or control those effects. In large part, this void we're feeling when presented with endless choice of amazing and capable knives is perpetrated by the knife industry itself, the YouTube industry, all the industries that are surrounding. That's how business works. It's always greedy. It never stops, right? I don't have, and it's never gonna stop. It's, you know, the YouTube and knife industry is full of like constantly appearing like one thing after another. This is much better, this is greater, oh, this is MagnaCut, but this is S90V, and this is something else, you know. It's a constant chase. And I don't have a problem with businesses and knife makers and YouTubers exploiting our weaknesses. That doesn't make them evil. You know, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but I have a problem with not recognizing being exploited and letting your weaknesses and desires taking full control of your life, making you weak and miserable and slave to your desires and not trying to do anything about it. Thus, we arrive at what we're good at, and what we're really good at is action. That's what men are good at. Action. So, action. That's what Knife Challenge is. So we're never good at just taking and consuming. That makes us weak, at least emotionally weak. Like if you go to the gym, but you're still, you know, a consumer, you're still like slave to your desires, you're still emotionally weak. The only two tools at our disposal to battle anything like that is willpower and pre-commitment. Let me grab a different color. I know you guys like pink. So we have willpower, or we have pre-commitment. So, one knife per month challenge is all about pre-commitment, right? Both willpower and pre-commitment will make you better, stronger human being. Willpower is the ability to achieve long-term goals by denying the short-term temptations, or kind of managing the short-term temptations. So willpower is tricky because it changes throughout the day and throughout the month. It may be affected by external factors. Sometimes you feel like your willpower is very strong, sometimes it's weak, you know, so there are tricks to that. Also, different people are powerful and powerless against different things, you know. Some people see a cool knife and they're like, oh, whatever. Some people see a cool gun and they're like, I don't care. But some see something and they're like, oh, I have to have it, no matter the cost. So, practicing willpower is important. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, of course. But it will fail in such instances where pre-commitment will shine and prove strong. So pre-commitment will be better, will help you with better performance, less procrastinations, increased motivation. Pre-commitment may work where willpower may fail. You know, so think about the people who choose their outfit the night before the big day, right? So they take the time to think about everything while they're fully awake, while their willpower may be at the high point. And then in the morning, when you're not fully awake, when the willpower is low, you already have all the choices made and things move along, providing for a smooth and happier morning. So that's what the pre-commitment is all about. If you know that in the future you might be tempted to act in a different way due to things such as environmental influences, strong emotions, changes in mood, pre-commitment is the way to go. Now, doing the 1 night per month challenge may not be always easy, but it's not supposed to be. That's why it's called a challenge. There will be times when you will question your choice for the same reasons like why you do the challenge in the first place, right? Because you question your choice. You always think of something better, you know, that's out there. So you might think that you're missing out on something more perfect, right? Of course, perfect doesn't exist. So that in turn can produce feelings of anxiety and misery, and those are the times that I want you to be practicing gratitude. So think about this this way. So one knife per month. Challenge is also an exercise in gratitude. So I don't want you guys to forget that. Basically, expressing the gratitude for the good things in your life or for those who support you and help you find meaning in your experiences and cultivate resilience, it will make you stronger. Inevitably, this is also like where you have to remind yourself how grateful you are for your own specimen of knife industry each day. So for me, I remind myself how grateful I am for this knife, right? So remember how many people came before you with their ideas, with their creativity, ingenuity to bring you the pointy stick, right? How many advancements in metallurgy had to happen, how many businesses started and failed, and eventually some thrived for you to pay like whatever the amount, 30, 40, 100, 300, 1,000 bucks, doesn't matter the cost, for you to have what you have. Can you feel anything less than gratitude when you think about everything? You know, gratitude is a way to appreciate something you have instead of always wanting something new. So that's why you can't feel both gratitude and the feeling of missing out at the same time, right? So the very powerful emotion which manufacturers are using against you is called FOMO, fear of missing out. However, you can't feel both of these things at the same time. There's a switch in your brain, right? Sorry, I was writing this off screen. So fear of missing out, that's how knife makers make you buy new knives. That's how YouTubers make you tuning in. You know, that's why you keep watching for the biggest, best things. That's how your knife collection grows. That's how you can't choose which knife to carry in the morning, you know. But there's a switch in your head where you can either feel one or the other. It's either gratitude or FOMO, fear of missing out. So feel the gratitude, practice gratitude. It will make you stronger. It will make you a happier person, right? So and there's a switch, same switch as like relationship between humor and fear, you know. So when you're afraid, you know, you have to remind yourself about something funny. I don't know if you remember Harry Potter when there was a creature called Bogart, right? So the thing that turns into a fear, and the way to overcome it is to say like I think it was ridiculous. And you find something humorous, and it completely destroys that Bogart, like the negative emotion of fear. So because there's the same switch, so the fear or humor are on a switch in your brain, and that's the same mechanism is with the gratitude and fear of missing out. So please share. Write in the comments, tell me which knife you're grateful for this month if you are doing the challenge. And let me tell you that I'm grateful for this Presidio 2, and I'm grateful for you guys tuning in.